Hi, good day to you. I'm making this as a video so you can get familiar with this JOREST precision screwdriver set. It is allegedly a 52-in-1 chrome vanadium kit. So I'm just going to show you the box first before I show you the tool. Feel free to pause the video to read these things at your leisure. They do state on here the function of this kit is it applies to most electronics repairing or opening. This product is made in China. You can see that right there. I think this is a good product that China has produced. I mean, I'm seeing a variety of good and not so good stuff produced from every country, but this one is actually a good product from China. I like it. So that's the box. Inside the box, you get this piece of paper. It has a sticker on there, and what I did is I basically stuck the sticker on the back of this, and I actually got it damaged a little bit while I was doing something. But, you know, here's the sticker, and the sticker basically just tells you what kind of bits are inside, or, you know, shows them to you, rather. It does come with a lid that essentially slides over this, and you slide it off. The lid does fit on there very sturdily. I very much like that, and also like how easy it is to slide it off. So great, you know, feature there to this. And in addition to the tool itself with the various bits, you get these two mini plastic pry bars. These are commonly used to open cell phones and stuff like that whenever you're changing the battery or doing work on the circuit board or something like that inside the cell phone. It also comes with this additional magnet. So, and they tell you on the back of the box that, you know, sometimes this first little image over here just tells you how the lid slides off. The second image over here explains that sometimes the magnetism, depending on, you know, which bit you're using or whatever, it may not be strong enough to keep the bit inside the hole on the end of the tool. So they tell you you can attach that additional magnet to the bit itself to make it fit on there a bit more steadily and sturdily. So I'm going to show you what they mean by that. But first, let's just show you the tool itself. Now, this is made of metal. It is very sturdy. It does feel solid. It has a good weight to it. It fits. It snaps down in here very securely, so it will stay in there, no problem whatsoever. The other end here, this has a spinning end to it. It just will keep on spinning in either direction. I have not seen any functionality to that yet, so it has no impact on how the tool is used. Not sure why that feature is like that, but maybe somebody out there knows. And what you do is you basically will slide a bit down in that little hole right there, and it is magnetized at tip here, so it will keep the bit down in there. I'm just going to show that to you. Yeah. Okay, so I have the tool here, and here's one of the bits. And what you do is you basically, obviously, you just put that down in there. You do have to shove it in there for it to go all the way in. But once you do, I mean, it's got a really good sturdy fit in there, and it's very secure in there. I'm trying to get the camera on the phone to focus. Sorry, folks, if it's not focusing so great for you like this. But then what they tell you can do is you can essentially, if the bit feels like it's not staying in there so sturdily, you can essentially just attach this over it like that. And that will help it to stay in there a little bit stronger. Or they tell you you can put it on, you know, in a different way, like that. Now, I don't really find that to be very useful like that, but, you know, that's what they say. You can also potentially do it like that. That's perhaps a little bit better than the other method. I like the first method I just showed you, putting it over it like that. Of course, that doesn't leave you with much space to use this to get down into something, but, you know, that's what you're dealing with. And for most uses of this kind of a tool, you won't need to get very far into something, because this is a precision screwdriver kit for use with, you know, smaller screws and stuff like that. So now I'm just going to show you the various bits you get, because you get a huge variety of bits. First, I'm going to put them all back in there, everything back in there. The bits are held in there with magnetism. So the case itself is magnetized to hold the bits in there, and, you know, they're held in there pretty good. And what's moving there is just the other end of this tool. So. Magnetism is quite strong, and it holds the bits in there very securely. I like that very much. Let's just go over the bits. First, you get some standard Phillips heads here, and they are, you know, in terms of both sides of these bits can be used. So you've got very small Phillips heads on the one side and then a bit larger on the other. Here you have a tri-wing bit well, not just one, but a couple of them. So this is not a Phillips head. It's very similar to it, but you have 3 wings to that bit, and they call that a tri-wing bit. And you also have the 3 rings on the other side, which is a very tiny tri-wing bit head. So and you get various sizes of them. They're a little bigger and a little smaller. Next up, you have your standard Torx bits. These are basically a 6-pointed star bit like that. And I think it's quite awesome that they even have these micro Torx bits on the other end. I mean, extremely small Torx bits on the other end. That's for, like, you know, super duper small screws that are used in some electronics. Next up, you have your Allen wrench type bit, or your hex bit, which is 6-sided essentially. Again, you have you know, small sizes and then extremely small tips on the other end. Here's one that you don't see very often, and that is a so-called spanner eye or snake eye bit. And what you do with this is, if you got something that has 2 holes, some products do, you put that in there and then you spin that around. Next up is just your standard flathead, and then you have a triangle bit. I think this is called a, let me see if I can remember. I want to say just a variation of a tri-wing, but not sure. In any event, you have those as well. And it's shaped like a triangle. And then you have the extremely small tip on the other end. And last up, you have a standard 5-point star bit. And then down here, you have some bits that I don't even know what they're called. This bit here. I mean, it looks like almost like a Phillips head, but it's a little bit different. And then this is just a point. So you get an idea how small these are, just based on how difficult it is for the camera to focus on them adequately when up close like that. This kit is highly usable. I very much like it, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. I wish they just simply made this encasement up here, this fitment, a bit stronger in terms of the magnet using it, so you don't have to have an additional magnet. But this is what they give you, and for what they're selling this for, I think it's a very good value and a highly usable kit for anyone, not just with electronics, but, you know, who wants to have a screwdriver kit to cover a multitude of different possible screws they may encounter in their life with any and all kinds of different things. Again, this is highly usable, and it is made very well in terms of the case, the magnetism, the bits, the tool itself, the lid being easily able to slide off and on, and the sticker they give you. Now these numbers and sizes here, they are correlated to some measuring system or standardization chart that I'm just basically not familiar with, but there are people who are familiar with this, and they can see this and say, okay, I have the bit I need right in here, and they can go right for it. I hope you found the video helpful and informative, and that you have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is a pretty sweet little set. Gives you all the little things you need to work on tiny stuff. The screwdriver is magnetic, and it's trying to do this one hand here. Screwdriver is magnetic. It does have a rotating top, and it's just like solid aluminum. It's nice and solid, and it magnets your drivers right into the end of it. And it comes with a nice assortment of Phillips, Torx, some funky security screws, a couple flats, and then some more cool security screws. And it does give you a 2 and a 2.5, or pardon me, a 1 and a 2 hex, which is nice because those are pretty much the most common sizes for little electronics you're going to run into. So it doesn't have a lot of hex, but the 2 it has are the ones that you will generally need the most. But pretty cool little set. You can never have enough of these hanging around, so I wanted to snag another one, and the price is right.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and a special thank you to the City Council for that.
So, it'll be a free barbecue buffet?
Take some beef for a This spring,